I'm wondering, what words of wisdom do you have for people who are starting or ending a journey with that sort of work?
Yeah, I think it comes down to knowing how you're gifted. And until you've learned how you're uniquely gifted, you'll wander from thing to thing trying to find where you fit in this world. And so that's why it's so important to really learn about the great gift that you've been given. Uh, I like to use the metaphor of like it's like the gift of life under a tree is everybody has a gift with their name on it under that tree. And some of us are too scared to go to the tree and open up the gift. Some of us are excited to open up the gift and can't wait to see what's inside. But then there's other of us who are so consumed and concerned with what everybody else got in their gifts that we get so distracted by the gift that they have, we don't get to appreciate our own. And so, just what do you want to do with the gift you've been given? And don't focus on what other people have. Don't be concerned with their gift. Just be thankful that you have one and then open up that gift and then share it with as many people as humanly possible.
Right. Find your thing and don't worry about what everybody else is doing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So you got into speaking eventually, but after the military, did you do some sort of mainstream work or what did you end up doing?
hmm Yeah. So I was a youth advocate. So I was mentoring youth and families in the communities which I was from. And so I started to do that, and that was extremely rewarding. I was really making a difference. I was making impact. I was helping kids who, maybe had a lot of disadvantages in life and being there to support them along the journey. So that was a huge change of scenery for me that I'm thankful for. And being able to help the next generation in that way was a huge blessing.
What do the young people need to know now?
They need to know that not everything that you see on social media is actually real. I just had this conversation with my daughter just yesterday, and I had to remind her, Don't ever compare your chapter one to somebody else's chapter 20." It's easy to look at someone's highlight reel and look at to all the followers that people have and all the great posts that people have, right? No one's in there really posting their losses. They're just not doing that. And so you got to understand that, yes, some people are going to win big, they're going to do well. They may seem further ahead than you, but you don't know what they had to go through to get to that. So my encouragement is to the youth is stop comparing where you're starting to where somebody else finished. And just only comparison you need to make is the comparison with yourself. That's it.
I think we all need to learn that,
Yeah, most definitely.
definitely, especially anyone who's trying to build a career and then seeing the end result of someone else for sure. How did faith play a part in changing?
hmm Yeah. Well, I spent most of my life not having any, and I realized that there has to be more. Like, the emptiness that I'm feeling, the depression that I'm experiencing, the anxiety that felt never ending, there had to be something else. There had to be something greater. And I had a lot of struggles, a lot of addiction, a lot of pain, a lot of problems. And I realized that I was trying to fix it myself. And I thought that by my own willpower, I could literally just do all the fixing. But then I got to the point where I realized that I can't live like this no more. And then I had a conversation with God and I said, you know what? If you're real, I'm going to give my life to you and we'll see how this thing goes. And when I said that, it was like the first time I felt peace in my life. Now, that doesn't mean I still don't have challenges and problems. But what I learned in that moment is that you can have peace and still have problems. I just had all the problems. But if I can learn how to have peace through a problem, that's a different level of happiness that I had never experienced before. And so faith is the number one thing in my life. It is what gets me through everything. And it is the foundation of what I built my life, my family, and my business on.